The falling leaf is not a sign of failure. It is the natural rhythm of existence, the quiet acceptance that nothing lasts forever. And yet, in that very impermanence lies beauty, because only what fades teaches us how to truly see. For Nietzsche, autumn is not only a season of nature, but also of life itself. He reminds us that every moment of fading holds a secret strength, every ending a hidden beginning. Man is a bridge and not a goal. In man, one can love that he is a transition and a sunset. Although Nietzsche does not explicitly speak of autumn or twilight, his phrase highlights that humans are not the pinnacle of existence, but a connection between what has been and what is to come. The human form is a passageway, an intermediary step towards something greater. Nietzsche often uses seasonal metaphors to describe moments of spiritual transition. If autumn is twilight, it is also a time of harvest and transformation, a symbol of letting go without closing oneself off to the new. In a writing attributed to him, we read, "I notice that autumn is more the season of the soul than of nature." The quote suggests autumn is an invitation to pause, reflect on the past year, and look inward, rather than focusing solely on external natural processes. In autumn, everything reminds us of twilight, and yet, it seems to me the most beautiful season. Would to heaven then, when I am living my twilight, that there were someone who loved me as I loved autumn. Nietzsche's autumn is defined not by colors or weather, but by an atmosphere that inspires reflection, calm, and introspection. I notice that autumn is more the season of the soul than of nature. This phrase suggests that autumn isn't just a time of year, but a way of feeling and being, an inner feeling that transcends the physical season. Despite autumn's melancholy, this season can also be seen as a prelude to a new beginning, or a second spring, a time of profound personal transformation. Maturity is not just a matter of chronological age. It is a disposition of the soul that allows us to see beyond conventions, to abandon youthful illusions, and to face life with radical responsibility. Finally, the years from 40 to 50. Mysterious, like everything that stands still. Like a high and distant mountain plain, crossed by a cool wind, with a clear, cloudless sky above, which looks down all day and even into the night, always with the same sweetness. The time of harvest and of the most cordial serenity. It is the autumn of life. Toward the late season of his life and philosophical output, Nietzsche reflects on the meaning of decline, but also of possible regeneration. It is no coincidence that he speaks of the crisis of the West as a twilight, described with autumnal imagery. This period marks not only loss, but also a radical maturation of thought, in line with the idea that a new beginning may lie hidden in twilight. To die proudly when it is no longer possible to live proudly is a quote by Friedrich Nietzsche from his book Twilight of the Idols. In these words, Nietzsche emphasizes that life, to be lived fully and intensely, requires the courage to ruthlessly reject and reject degenerate life. The author thus expresses the idea of a chosen and conscious death, a dignified end that contrasts with a mediocre or inauthentic life. For Nietzsche, a lucid and free death is preferable to an existence devoid of meaning or nobility of spirit. In contrast to the dynamism of summer, autumn is the ideal time to stop, look within, and break the chains of compulsiveness. Autumn, being more a feeling of the soul than a season, invites us to turn the page, to accept melancholy as part of beauty, and to find the courage to let the dry leaves fall in order to be reborn, just like spring. Season, as a metaphor for maturity, is not merely chronological, but existential. It is the stage in which what matters is reduced to the essential, where the surface of dogma crumbles and the skeleton of thought remains. What is necessary, coherent, fundamental. For Nietzsche, ascending life demands the end of degenerating life. There comes a moment when one must die proudly when it is no longer possible to live proudly, choosing death with clarity and joy of heart. For when we accept the autumn of life, we no longer live in fear of loss, We live with gratitude for what is, and with courage for what is to come. Perhaps this is Nietzsche's most poetic gift to us, to see in the falling leaf not the end, but the dance of existence itself. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more philosophical content.